Before I start today's video, I want to give a shout out to SEGA for providing me with an early code for Ultimate Showdown. The company's not paying me to say anything about the game, so all of my opinions are my own. I figured I'd get that out of the way, and I hope you guys enjoy the video regardless. With all that being said, let's begin. SEGA! Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is SEGA Girl NB here, otherwise known as Corin, and I'm here to give my thoughts on the recently released Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. So right off the bat, Virtua Fighter 5 is not the only Virtua Fighter game that I've had experience playing. I own copies of Virtua Fighter 4 as well as Virtua Fighter 3 TB for the Dreamcast. And I've played Virtua Fighter 2 like a few times every now and again whenever it came across in arcades. But my first experience with Virtua Fighter 5 was actually playing Judgment on my Xbox and playing the emulated version of the arcade version through there. So I'm one of those people who just gets excited when a new SEGA franchise that isn't Sonic just manages to get revived completely out of the blue. So it was really cool that we get to experience, while it is a remaster of Virtua Fighter 5, it very much feels like a new game, like just straight up. But in terms of like core gameplay mechanics, the way that I wanted to go about doing this review was mostly by talking about my experiences from the perspective of somebody who is absolutely garbage at fighting games. And unless it's something like Super Smash Bros., for instance, I'm honestly not really that good at fighting games. But the one thing that I've always really admired about Virtua Fighter is that Virtua Fighter is a very beginner-friendly fighting game series to really get into. The way that the game plays is that you, of course, have your general directional inputs and things like that, but there's only 3 buttons to really worry about: punching, kicking, and guarding. And any 3 of these can be combined for different combinations, and you can use different inputs to kind of get different types of results. So the way that the game plays it, I don't have an arcade stick, so I used a controller for this, like a standard DualShock 4, and playing the game feels so fast and so fluid. Like, it is just a ton of fun to play, regardless of whether or not you're capable of making those inputs. Honestly, I don't really think should deter you from how the game plays as a whole, because it really feels it just kind of clicks, you know? It clicks for you once you kind of get into the groove of how battles are really kind of supposed to play out. It really feels so intuitive and just fun to play. To add on to that, there's also an option in training mode as well to turn on different types of display options so that way you can see the inputs that you're actually putting in with the controller. And when it comes to trying to figure out combos and stuff like that, this was probably one of the most amazing features I think I've ever seen in a fighting video game, because it really helps you visualize just how quickly you have to put in inputs in order to put in special moves. And I think that actually makes it much more accessible, especially for somebody like me who's garbage at fighting games. It really helps newcomers really get a feel for how they're supposed to be playing this game. Punching, kicking, using grabs, and going into different types of stances in order to be able to deliver different types of punching and kicking. It really all feels natural, and it really all just kind of blends together in a way that makes it easy to understand. There's a lot of different visual cues that each character basically kind of gives in terms of how everything just kind of flows together. And as somebody who generally doesn't really understand a lot of like the hardcore fighting game terminology, it's really cool to be able to go into this game and just kind of play it leisurely and casually and just have a lot of fun with it. Like, I think this is one of the few fighting games where I legitimately want to get better at it, and I legitimately want to see where it is that I can go from there. One other major aspect about this remaster is the fact that this game was basically made from the ground up in the Dragon engine, which is the proprietary graphics engine that is used in Yakuza and Judgment and a few of those other different titles. So this is the Dragon engine basically upscaling and essentially like remaking like a lot of the textures and a lot of the character models and things like that and updating it for a new generation. That's really crazy considering the fact that Final Showdown came out in 2015, I want to say, and the original version came out 2006, 2007. So to see the graphical leap and bound that we've made in terms of technology is absolutely fantastic to see, because the Dragon engine is already really good looking, but seeing it, all the work that's been done here in Virtua Fighter 5 is truly breathtaking. Like, this game looks freaking amazing, man. So all in all, I think as a package, Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown is a little bare bones. At the time of making this video, tournament mode is still disabled, and I believe that that's a feature that's not going to be available until the game officially comes out. So the only thing that you could really do currently at the moment is ranked matches, but considering the fact that I'm not confident in my ability to go online and fight against random strangers, this was not something that I did for the review period. But considering the fact that this game is going to be played for free by a lot of people, there is absolutely no reason for you not to play this game. Like, if you have a PlayStation 4, if you have PlayStation Plus, throughout the month of June, it is going to be for free. And also for people who are subscribed to PlayStation Now, it is also going to be for free. So there is absolutely no reason to not play this game. I was already a fan of Final Showdown just from the little bit I played when I was, like, kind of making my way through Judgment. But Ultimate Showdown, I think, increases that love and admiration from the folks at AM2 and Ryoga Gotoku for just enhancing an already great game and just making it even better. It's very user-friendly, and it teaches you its mechanics very well, and it manages to make it accessible enough so that anybody who's never really picked up a Virtua Fighter game can dive into this game and absolutely have a blast with it. So yeah, those are my thoughts. The game officially comes out on June 1st. Again, thank you so much to the guys at SEGA for giving me the code and giving me the chance to actually talk about this game with you guys, because it's been an absolute blast so far. And I am eternally thankful for the opportunity that I was given to be able to cover this game for you. So with that said, this has been Sega Girl NB, and I will see you guys in the next one. So thank you very much, and enjoy Virtua Fighter.